Good afternoon. Welcome to Options Center. It is Thursday, 9/7/23. I think we're getting a reversal, guys. Yesterday's video, I talked about getting into the zone, keeping on top of, or getting into the zone that I'm getting ready to show here. So in this video, I'm going to show you SPY on daily and 65, also QQQ as well. And then we're going to end off with Tesla. We're going to show what we think Tesla's doing and why we are in calls for tomorrow and into next week as well. So if you're new here, go down to that bottom right-hand corner, hit that Options Center logo and subscribe. Thanks for joining us here. And if you want to help us out in any single way, just like a bartender, I'm Options Center. So go down in the description and see if you want to help out in any additional way if this information helps you out. All right, so check this out. We're starting off with SPY in the daily time frame. This is traditional technical analysis with support and resistance. What I keep showing is consolidation areas. Let me go ahead and duplicate some of these boxes here. This is a big consolidation area. It's what we're looking at. That's why we have that resistance and that support here. We have a lot of stuff, a lot of chop going on. Same thing here. Same thing here. We have a great resistance here as well. That's a previous high. And then when we get over here and we'll zoom in, we have this chop zone again. Well, what's happening is we popped out of that zone, broke back in, and had resistance with it. Well, we broke out again. Okay. Now we're having a tough time continuing with the moves to the upside because of certain trend lines, long-term trend lines from the wedge, and also from that pivot from 2018. Huge area of resistance. So clearly, I think we're getting our reversal. I think we have our initial move here, a pullback, and we're continuing to move down. Now, this next initial move is just, in my opinion, just one impulse move on a lower time frame, and I'll show you. But I just want to key in at this is such an important level right here on 444 and 443 zone. Look at this. Look at this. This trend line that I talked about yesterday. That's why price held on there. Price is holding again. I didn't adjust this line. I didn't move it in any way to benefit my charts. We came to the support area. Huge, huge area. Once we resume this downside, we may have a bounce for 1 day, 2 days, possibly even 3 days going into CPI on Wednesday of next week. Whatever the case is, I'm looking for a reversal. I do think it's going to be more than 1 day reversal, but we have to watch out getting back into these zones. This could be a real shallow reversal. If we get up there today, we will put on our put protection just in case we fall back down. But the main thing is that we're bullish above. And when I say bullish, we're talking on a very short micro time frame. We're bullish above this zone. We're expecting retracement. And then we're bearish underneath this zone. When we get to that retracement point, we will direct our trades back to the downside. Okay, so two video goes, I talked about let's go ahead and grab one of these lines here, and we're going to make another downtrend, because what happens is when you start having reversals, you start creating setups. And right now what we're doing is we're creating a triangle here. We are, in my opinion, we are initial move down, and then a pullback, down, pullback, and this won't last any longer. Then we'll break the zone. But I do know, now that we're drawing these lines in, if we get above this triangle, most likely we're getting to new highs. Something else is happening. We're getting to new highs. We're going to close the gap over here, and then we'll look for another short play at that point. And I'll show you on the Elliott wave a little bit different point of view of if we do make new highs. Again, I don't think we're going to do that, but it's possible. It can happen, and so we have to keep that in mind and always be prepared for price action to go against you, because it's inevitable that you will be wrong. I am wrong all the time, but I'm able to switch my positions quick because I always have some sort of put protection or call protection on, depending on which way we're trading. So we're getting our bounce right where expected. And now is a good time to, I guess I'll throw on the Elliott wave for the daily. You got a lot of stuff going on here, okay? Don't worry about that. Just look at the my lines here, what we expect. All right, so here's the bears. The bears, boom. Not in a straight line like it's drawn. We're going to have this boom, retrace, much longer, retrace, and go down to the wave 3, bounce again. So it's going to look something like that, where we're projected our third wave. Our target's around 406. So that's, how do I get that? From our extension from the top of wave 1. This is wave 1. You see in the white. The top of wave 1 to the bottom of wave 1. That gives us the distance of wave 1. All right. And then we're projecting it from the top of, which, oh, I have to adjust this. Excuse me. I didn't adjust this yet. So to the top of wave 2. Got to adjust this. And now this is our new target area at the 410, 411 zone, which brings us right into the middle of this consolidation. So it makes so much sense. You know, it just makes sense that it's inside of this consolidation area. And we talked about that in other videos, but we're not going to go through that again. That's our target area. That's the bearish outlook. And we're right at the zone where you see I had these lines drawn in to where this is a bullish setup as well. And a little bit more bullish than what I was talking about going for another short up here. This would mean that we're having some sort of ending diagonal to the upside. If we start making new highs, then you can expect something like that, and then a move to the downside. But an ending diagonal, and you can look this up, is a 5-wave series. It's an impulse series, but it's the only one with a 3-wave move. Each waves are made up of 3 waves. So we have our 3 waves in. You see the pullback. We're getting a bounce right off that 50% from this move. And that's very ordinary. That's typical. So we're getting our 50% reaction to the upside. And price has to continue to the upside for this wave 3 to be, for this whole move to be valid. We have to break the top here. So this would be another 3-wave move, 3-wave move, 3-wave move to the upside. We'll make new highs, and then we'll be looking for shorts again. That's a bullish scenario. Is it probable? I don't really think so, but I've been wrong before, and so we have to keep that in mind. And if you look at our tech video we had, I'll pin it up top, and at the end of the video, the reason why I don't think we can go this far up is because I don't see it in the tech stocks. The tech stocks aren't showing that they have much bigger moves in place. Now, when I show you Tesla, I think Tesla's going to drag the market up when we get there. So stick around. Make sure you hit that like button. Stick around towards the end of the video, because Tesla, I think, will definitely bring the market and help the market get back to its retracement. But I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to take us to new highs. Okay, let's go to the 65-minute. All right, going down to the 65-minute. We use the 65-minute candles, so we have even candles during the trading day. Now, we had our initial move down. We have some trend lines drawn here. It didn't really affect anything when price broke above it so impulsively, but you see it held this time right where it was supposed to, right with the support at the 444, 443 area. So we're getting a bounce off of this. Is it possible that we get another move down? Yes, because of I chart SPX in the futures ES as well. In ES, I can make it out to where we still have one more move to the downside. So we have to keep that in mind. If we get another move down, don't panic. We do think that we'll get another opportunity to go long into the CPI going into next week. With CPI, if we do get our move to the upside and we start getting into those retracement areas, I do think CPI will take us much, much lower with whatever the numbers is. It doesn't matter what the numbers are to me. So right now, we're creating a base. We had our initial move to the upside. So I don't expect today to just launch and start hitting our retracements there. But check out the zones. So you see, this is where we're at. We could have one more pullback to this gap and also this uptrend here, this rising pivot. All right. But right now, we might just be basing initial move, make a higher low, and continue on because we do not have a higher low yet. We're still in the downtrend. Know that we can go just a little bit further down. So we will have our put protection on. I'm actually still in my long-term puts. So that's in a sense, it's still our put protection. I also have Meta puts and Microsoft puts still holding on here. Okay. So with SPY, let's go to the Elliott wave pattern on the hourly time frame. We have our A, B, C retracement. We think that's the end of wave 2. We've completed that. Now we just have our 50% retracement, and I have this counted to the downside as a 1, a 2 here, and this move here is a possible wave 3. Okay, the wave 3 can be counted here, and then that would mean that 4 is up here, and that was our last move. It makes sense to me. All of it makes sense to me that this move is over, so we're playing it that way with some protection. But here is our alternative for this situation, that we get a lower low, and that wave 4 would be complete somewhere around here, and then we move to our retracement. Right now, our retracement for let's let's not mess with that one. So this retracement here is from the top of this initial move. If this move is over, if this impulse move is over and it's done there, then we put the retracement down to the bottom and to the top of that move. And we're looking for a move around, and I don't want to assume we can get to the 449 because this market's going to get weaker and weaker if it's following the plan that we think so. So it's possible. The typical spot for it to go to is between this 449 and 448. But don't get caught with your pants down. Do not go all out bullish here, thinking that we have to get to that point. We have our gap resistance here. So maybe we get just to underneath the gap and we cross over. It's possible. It's happened before. Look at this wave 2. If you have a wave 1 and a wave 2, look how shallow these are. Probably only made it to the 382 retracement on this move. So we have to be very careful with each retracement. Take off some profits. Right now we're at the 23.6, and you see we got a reaction in that zone. I do think we go just a little bit higher. We have some. We have again the daily moving averages right around this 447, right around this 382. So we'll certainly take some profit right around this area, but I don't think this move is over. If we do go down lower, then we will move. We will adjust our retracement to something like that. Okay, because we could probably come down to the next area, which would be the 62% retracement. All right, so we'll be looking for this to make a higher low right now, to make a higher low, which would be an A, B, and then a C correction. So right now I'm going to consider this low is in, and I'll show you why with Tesla. We'll go over to QQQ first, and we'll be a lot faster with QQQ. But then we'll go to Tesla, and I'll show you why I think that this move really is over. The initial move here, in that we continue higher for a retracement, and then we go much lower after that, going into CPI next week. Okay, the Qs. We'll start off with the daily. Show you real quick what I'm looking at. All right, you see that rising pivot reversed off of it. You see this area? Same consolidation type action. Same. We're holding that area. That's all we're doing is getting a bounce off of that area. Again, we have our 8 EMA. That's our trend indicator starting to head down. I don't want to fight too hard with that. If price gets up there, we're looking at what? The 373.43 right now. Price gets up there. It's another 3 points away. You better believe we're not looking at fighting that and going much higher. We're going to put on our we're going to reverse our mentality. Look at this downtrend. I put these 2 points together. Price held on it and gapped underneath it. Do you think it's going to go back above it? I don't know, but that's right with the 8 EMA. I think we're going to back test that. And then I don't think we're going to go lower. If we do, we have to hold at this 20. But if we do, I really have to think that we're going to go down lower because we're getting into that zone. This was a fake break today. We had a wick down into the zone. You get underneath there, and this is going to act as resistance. We got to change our mind frame because I think we could end up halfway or all the way down to the lower end of this zone. And I should, I'll put another, I'll duplicate this line so we know where the bottom of that zone is. There's some good touches right there. So that would be the bottom of our zone. We gap down tomorrow, and I just don't see it holding that area. I think we'll probably end up going much lower if that's the case. Now, I do think we're in our retracement. So again, I think this is going to be a small bounce. I don't think it's going to be like our last bounce here. I think it's going to be a little bit smaller in this one. That was a deep retracement. I think we're only going to get 1, 2, tops 3 days out of this. All right, so we have Friday. Might be a little bullish on Friday, but I won't trust it. I will not trust a large move. I think we're going lower. Let's go to the 65. And how much lower? Look, at least this. We chop around this zone for a moment. Maybe we get down here. I don't know, but we're at least going to test down here. 345, we're headed there. We're headed that way. So let's go to the 65. I'm not going to go to the LA weight on that one because you'll see it on this one. 65 minute. All right, again, we had that downtrend line. This one, we had that downtrend line that we had. We adjusted that just a little bit. Doesn't matter which way we're going. We're going to go try. We're trying to test that area right here, but we have a little bit further to go. If we get above this, we have a little bit further where the moving averages are. So you can always adjust trend lines. That's a good thing and a bad thing. That's where we expect it to be on the daily time frame. That's where it was. But right now we had it like that because we had price action kind of play off of there. So it's a zone. It's not just a straight line there. It's a zone. Now we're getting our initial move here. We have some resistance. We're rejecting off of it and the 200 moving average. So we're looking to make a higher high. Now, if we go lower, like I said, I don't think we will, but if we go lower, this is what it might help us out getting down to this lower high right here. Why do I think why is there a possibility? Well, there's always a possibility. But if we're looking at the 50% retrace of this move for QQQ, we have this far to go. Now, we can look at this as a 5-wave move structure. That's 5 waves right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But unfortunately, we can't see what's happening in the gap zones. Okay, so this could technically, just like the SPY and the QQQ, this could be the end of wave 3. We get a small wave 4 bounce that we're in, and we move down a little lower. So then we have those 2 supports that I talked about a little bit lower. But right now I'm playing this as the low is in. You see price rejecting right now, but I think we're looking to make a higher low at this point. Okay, and then when we get our retracements here, assuming that this is the low so far, we have our retracements to where we possibly get back up to like I said, this zone up here. If we close the gap, if we close this gap down, then we're right at that 50% retracement. And even if we poke through, we have that 786. I don't think we're going to get up here and try to close any gaps at the 786 area. These bounces are going to get more shallow. These bounces are not, they're not going to bounce always as high as you want them to into the golden zone, that 50-60% retracement. That's where our target is, but we'll start putting on protection, when we start getting on those daily time frames. The daily time frames are more important, and we'll see what kind of price action we get into the moving averages. It could be intraday where we get above those moving averages and can't hold and reverse and give us a reverse signal on the daily time frame as well. Okay. So again, our golden zone's up here, but don't always trust. Get a nice move so far, right into the 23.6 retracement. Could that be it? Sure. I mean, it can. The market can do what it wants. But I do think with CPI coming up, I do think we have some time to. This will probably create some sort of bottom, or we get one more low going into tomorrow, and then we'll create some more sort of bottom out of this, and then we start retracing back to some of these points up here, these retracements up here, going into CPI on Wednesday before the market opens. So really just Monday and Tuesday. So we have tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, and that would be our 3 days. If we're going to get a typical reversal or bounce, that would be the 2 to 3 days expected right into CPI. It makes sense. Doesn't mean, I don't care what the numbers are for CPI. I mean, that we can build a story off it, but it's all right. So let's go ahead and go to Tesla. And in this video, so don't forget to like the video. We are in calls on Tesla. We are already in those calls. Now, looking on this time frame, we've had this channel here for some time, and the market's appreciating this channel here. So what's happening? We had our initial move down. We think that's our impulse move. We had a former gap. I didn't take that off of there because I saw price action playing off of it. But if you look right into this zone, look where we're reversed. So we had this consolidation area. We had a big move out of it. I think this is the A move, and I think we're just consolidating sideways before another move up. And not a huge move. I'm looking for that 265, which would bring us right into this pivot. All right, we'd probably just poke right through this and wick right through this pivot. Do we do it tomorrow? Possibly. Are we looking to Monday or Tuesday? More likely. We do have some lotto plays going into tomorrow. We were into Tesla when it was about 2% down. We got into it right into this support area. We saw the support action happening. Also, this channel used as support. We will, I think, fight for another high here. In order for the market to go up, I think with breadth being so bad, it's going to be Tesla. It's going to be Apple retracing. NVIDIA, I'm not too sure about that. I think that one's just going to continue to the downside. We had a phenomenal gap down play off of that one. So we're out of NVIDIA so far. So let's go ahead and go to the 65-minute. That's all I want to show on Tesla. I didn't show any of the indicators. We can show some of those if you like. Put in the comment if you like those indicators. Let me know what you think here. I think we might get a little reaction here off of Tesla. We had this nice initial move here. But what I'm thinking, and I didn't draw this out on the, I didn't do this on the Elliott wave pattern yet. But what I'm thinking this is an initial move up. And we have a sideways consolidation, and we have our last move into the 65 zone. So that would bring us right around here. Why not way up here? It's possible. We do have some consolidation right here that would be considered a bow and arrow because they're not drawn in. This is a triangle. But right in the center of the triangle would be the bow and arrow. That brings us right to about the 65, the 265 there. So that would be our target. Do we get there? I don't know. Do we close the gap? Yeah, it looks like we're going through it now, but we'll see. And I'll update this with you right now on this Elliott wave. See, we have a lot of stuff going on here. We have this 382 from top to bottom. So what people are going to argue, the bulls are going to argue that this is a wave 1, 2, 3, back into wave 4, the 382 retracement right there, and that we're now getting our 1, 2 setup, and impulse wave 3 is headed into the last wave 5, and then we pull back and head much higher. The bulls have a good argument because this would be a 5-wave structure. Okay, but looking at this in the sense that I am through the bear goggles, we had our pullback off of the 50% retracement from the highs, and this was a zigzag. This was a 5, 3, 5. So that gave us our zigzag, and that initially, really all we're looking for is that being a. Let me see if I can borrow some of these. I'll take this one. So this would be our initial A move as a zigzag. So this would be our A. And you could see how this would be so confusing. Let's duplicate this, and since we have a nice shallow move here, I think this is probably our B. And what I'm more expecting, more likely, yes, price can continue to the upside. But I expect this last move to be one of two things. You get a triangle where this is an A, B, C, D, E, and then you continue higher, or this correction is already done, and we have this ending diagonal, because this is a 3-wave move. This is a corrective move down here, which could be a 1-2, but we'll have to see what kind of structure we have. A 3-wave up here. Does it, ending diagonals, they say ending diagonals are looking forward to like losing momentum. So the wave 4 will crisscross below the wave 2, things like that. It won't be a very good structure, but we're looking for 5 waves up. That might end up after. Tomorrow might just be another consolidation inside day. That's what I'm getting at. So the daily might just be an inside day. And then on Monday, going into Tuesday, we have a nice impulsive move. Okay, and that will bring us, look at that, right in this time zone, 9/11. That's on Monday for a reversal. And you can consider it a 1 or 2 days separation, but that's coming right into a time frame where I think we get our low here. We end up with a high somewhere around here. And Tesla likes to lead when the market continues up. Maybe Tesla is already starting to reverse. So we have our time zone right into Monday, where we're looking for reversal Monday or Tuesday. In that 62% retracement at the 265, which would be our typical golden retracement there. So, and then we go much, much lower for Tesla. We'll be pushing Tesla to the limits for our puts coming up into later next week and beyond. All right, so that's what I got for you. Thanks for watching us at Options Center. And if you like this information, please consider helping us out in the description there. Join us in the Discord if you want to see, I like to chit chat and show some trades and setups and things like that. We have a bunch of great traders there. Love it. It's in the Discord, in the description. Check it out.